Andrew, can you take us through that at-bat in the first inning?
Yeah, we get 2 outs, and William gets a huge hit, Yelly gets a huge hit. I was just trying to keep the momentum going. Have a team at bat there. I was able to get a pitch I could drive, and definitely a big moment there. And the momentum swing, that was huge.
Miz, when you come off the mound in your first inning of pitching, you were super fired up and pumped. What was going through your mind, especially your first time pitching the postseason?
Yeah, I think it was just that exactly. I was so fired up and adrenaline pumping. Didn't really know where my feet were, but we landed, so it was fun. It was a lot of fun.
For a third one in the middle.
Building on that, Murph talked a little bit about the second time coming in, trying to calm you down a little bit, say, hey, there's still more work to do. Just how did you feel like you managed, the emotions of a game like tonight?
Yeah, I think the whole thing was just staying fired up, staying at that adrenaline pumping, and keep going at what I was doing before in that first inning.
Put Steve up in the fourth row.
Jacob, just from your perspective, what was the difference tonight that allowed you to perform as well as you did after the way you finished the regular season? And was there any concern on your part at the end of the regular season about whether you'd be on the NLDS roster?
Yeah, it's out of my control. So it's just you see your name on the list, and you're going to go and perform how they expect you, and help the team win.
Let's go to Todd, second row on the right.
Jacob, was that the definition of let it eat, as the pitchers like to say?
Yes, yeah, I would definitely say that.
Let's go to Kyle.
Andrew, Pat has talked about just how this game is mental. So I was just wondering if you could just kind of take us through what this season has been like for you, just in totality from the beginning of the year struggles to now arriving in the playoffs.
Yeah, beginning of the year definitely wasn't how I wanted it to be. Definitely a really tough part of my career. But getting traded almost was like an opportunity. Going to Nashville, trying to work my butt off, eventually getting the call, and trying to take advantage of my opportunity. It's a really hard game, so just trying to go out there, be the best version of myself, and be like a little kid out there and have fun.
Let's go to Kurt.
Jacob, for those of us who are unacquainted with the feeling, could you describe what throwing over 104 feels like?
I honestly don't know. I wasn't really feeling anything. There was so much adrenaline, and it was really wasn't feeling anything. I was just kind of doing it.
Adam.
Jacob, I was curious if you knew it was 104. Did you peek? And I guess Andrew, as a first baseman, do you ever peek? And did you turn around and see what the gun said?
When he was warming up, actually, I was talking to our infielders, and I go, he's going to throw 104 right here. And he did, so it was kind of funny. But yeah, I definitely took a peek up at the big board.
No, I never did. I'm still locked in with who's in the box, so there's no maybe a peek up at what the count is just to make sure in my head that it's correct, but nothing crazy.
Clear in the second row.
Walk me through that thought process. When you get the one hopper from Kelly, you're walking over to first, you signal, I got this to Vaughn, and then you step down. Is there a little communication between you two in the head, like, I got this one?
I was honestly scared to, overthrow Vaughn or do something stupid. So it was more of I didn't want to mess something up, and it was more just the adrenaline was pumping and hands kind of locked up, and I was like, I can beat him, let's just take it. So.
Let's go to third row on the right aisle.
Andrew, springboarding off of an earlier question, is there something about the Brewers, is there something about Milwaukee that allows you or any other player to play their best? Because it seems as though there are players who come here, they have their, the best part of their careers. Obviously, you had, as you alluded to, some struggles earlier this season in Chicago.
Yeah, I think the biggest thing is, Murph lets his guys play. His baseball mind is it's unbelievable. I feel like he gets each guy individually, and just lets us go out there and play. He expects the best from us, which I think is really important. He's a guy you want to go out there and play for.
We'll take one last 1 second.
The fan base is really their arms around each of you guys. Have you guys felt that when you're up with that? And how much does the crowd really play into you guys playing?
I mean, coming in from the bullpen was awesome. I mean, just hearing the roar when I stepped out was really cool. So, you know, it's amazing just how they've come to us, and it's mean a lot.
City's been unbelievable. I mean, you know, from the moment I got here, it felt like, you know, they just opened their arms, you know, gave me a hug, and you know, it's been unbelievable for me and my wife. You know, we love this place so far. It's been great.
All right, guys, appreciate it.